Good morning, Seagull Safari. This is Mrs. Seagull. Happy Monday. Today, we are going to read 3 more chapters of The Great Smelling Bee by R.L. Stine. And we left off with Bernie and his friends sneaking into Headmaster Upchuck's office because he was trying to enroll Gassy, his dog, as a student. Bernie thinks this is a way to hide his dog so he doesn't get in trouble because of having pets at school. So we're going to see if this really works. All right, chapter 15, First Day Jitters. The next morning, Belzer walked Barry while I ate breakfast. I could barely swallow my bacon, sausage, hash browns, cheese, Danish, and hominy grits. I was nervous about Barry's first day in class. When Belzer returned, I told him to get the new student dress for school. It wasn't easy. Belzer had a hard time pulling the shirt over Barry's head and down his legs. Barry kept growling and snapping at him. "Ow! My arm! I'm bleeding!" Belzer cried. "Look what that dog did to me! I'm bleeding!" "It's only a flesh wound," I said. "Be a man, Belzer. The new student is just a little nervous on his first day." "It isn't going to work if he bites everyone," Belzer said. "They'll just think he's friendly," I said. Belzer finally finished with the shirt. Then he tucked the baseball cap over Barry's floppy bulldog ears. "Listen to me. It isn't going to work, Big B," Belzer said. "Look, he's drooling on his shirt." "So does Feeman," I said. "Let's go. It's almost time for class." We led Barry downstairs. We were almost out of the door when we ran into Billy the Brain. "Hey, what's up, guys?" he greeted us. "Just heading to class," I said. "Why the big smile, dude?" "Check this out," he said. He flashed a paper in front of me. "I aced the history test, Bernie. I got 48. Believe it?" "Wow," I stared at his test paper. He got almost half the questions right. "Good work, Billy," I said. "Whoa, dude. That will bring up the curve for the whole class." He turned to Barry. "Hey, how's it going?" he asked the dog. Barry stared at him with his runny brown eyes. "Transfer student," I told Billy. "First day." "Hey, good luck," Billy said. He reached out his right hand to shake hands with Barry. "Shake," I whispered. "Shake." Barry raised a paw. They shook hands. Billy hurried off. As soon as he was gone, Belzer turned to me. "Bernie, he didn't even notice. Did you see? Billy the Brain didn't even notice that Barry is a dog." I scratched my chin. "Maybe we need to think of a new nickname for Billy," I said. Belzer nodded. "You mean like Billy the Moron?" "No time for that now," I said. I gave Barry a shove out the door. "Let's see if we can fool everyone else. If we can't, I'm in deep trouble." A few minutes later, I walked Barry into Mrs. Heine's classroom. "Mrs. H," I called, "here is the new transfer student, Barry Bone. Where should he sit?" I heard a loud brat. Mrs. Heine turned around. She wrinkled up her nose. "Ew, what's that smell?" she gasped. "What's that horrible stink?" Kids pinched their fingers over their noses. The classroom filled with moans and groans. Barry stared up at Mrs. Heine, and she stared back at him. My legs started to tremble. Would she see that her new student looked a lot like a dog? Look at the gas mask. That's my favorite. And this is a Vice. Chapter 16. He Speaks French. The loudspeakers squealed on. "Announcements!" We heard Headmaster Upchuck clear his throat. "Attention, attention," he said. "Many of you have requested that we use only one-letter words in the spelling bee. We have decided that might be too easy, so the spelling bee is canceled. The smelling bee is also canceled." Mrs. Heine stared at my fat bulldog. "Barry, we were just about to start our French lessons," she said. "Do you speak any French?" Barry let out a burp. "Burp." "What did he say?" Mrs. Heine asked. I couldn't hear. "He said, 'Oui, madame,'" I replied. "He's very shy. He speaks very quietly." Mrs. Heine smiled at Barry. "How many years of French have you had?" she asked. Barry burped again. Some drool dripped down his chin. "He said 3 ans," I told her. "Wow, 3 years of French? You're way ahead of our class," Mrs. H said. "I'm impressed." Barry was off to a good start. "Have a seat, Barry," Mrs. Heine said. "He'll sit next to me," I said. I bumped Feeman out of his chair and motioned for Barry to jump up. Mrs. Heine squinted at the dog through her thick glasses. "Let's start our French lessons now. Barry, you can let us know if we're saying everything correctly." Barry burped up some of his breakfast. I mopped it up and helped him into his chair. The rest of the morning went very smoothly. Barry sat at his desk and stared alertly at Mrs. Heine, with his tongue hanging out. Luckily, 3 or 4 other students had their tongues hanging out. I relaxed a little bit. I didn't have to worry until choir practice. Look at them all. Chapter 17. He sings too. Mr. Buzz Off is our music teacher. Mr. Off works us really hard. He's really proud of the 4th grade choir, and he wants us to be perfect. He makes us sing the same song over and over, and he sings right along with us. The funny thing is Mr. Off is a terrible singer. He can't carry a tune. It's a school joke to say he sings a little off. Ha ha. Well, I didn't think Barry was Mr. Off's kind of singer, so I shuffled sideways into the music room, trying to hide Barry behind me. But Barry didn't stay hidden. He walked out from between my legs. "Ah, the new student," Mr. Off said. "Welcome. Don't hide. I'm sure you have a lovely voice." Barry had soaked the front of his t-shirt with drool, but he managed to keep his cap on over his ears. "Let's give you a tryout to see where you should sit," Mr. Off told Barry. Uh-oh. My heart started to do flip-flops. A tryout? "He has a very sore throat, sir," I said, stepping in front of Barry. "See, he can barely speak." Barry let out a soft wheeze. "Well, let's try singing something simple then," Mr. Off said. He lowered his voice to Barry. "Do you know the overture to Beethoven's Regime in D?" "Yes, that's his favorite, sir," I said, again trying to block the dog from view. "But his throat, I'm afraid it's strep, sir. He's been coughing all morning." "Bernie, give him a chance," Mr. Off said. "I see, he's very shy, but he needs to try out for our choir." I'm doomed. I realized I'm busted. It's all over. I'll be out of here and home tomorrow night. Wait till you see Mr. Off. Look at him. What a character. "Barry, let's first try something easy. Just sing along with me," Mr. Off said. He opened his mouth, shut his eyes, and began belting out a blues song. He sang at the top of his voice, and his singing was so bad, so off, that Barry started to howl. Barry tilted his head back and howled and howled. Mr. Off stopped singing. He stared at Barry. This is the end. I realized my final seconds in this school. "Very bluesy," Mr. Off told Barry. "You've got soul." I started to breathe again. "And you have a lovely tenor voice," Mr. Off told Barry. "Go sit on the end over there. I'm going to make you lead tenor." "Oh, wow. You go, dog." Barry was a hit. His first morning, and he was our best French student and the lead tenor of our choir. After school, I walked Barry back to the dorm. Belzer followed along, carrying my books. I slapped him a high five. "We've got it made," I said. "Barry is the perfect rotten school student. Am I brilliant or am I just brilliant?" "You're brilliant, Big B," Belzer agreed. A great day. I felt good all evening until Mrs. Heine came in at 9 for the good night handshake. "Don't forget, guys, tomorrow is school testing day," she said. "So get plenty of sleep. Remember, it's a 6-hour test." She turned and walked away. I sat shivering in my bed. A 6-hour test? Barry licked my face. The poor guy didn't realize he was about to flunk out of school and take me with him. So that's where we're going to stop. We have 3 more chapters, Barry's first exam. So that one will be, I'll read it on Wednesday. And then we'll finish the book up on Wednesday. And then we can start our new book on Friday. So what do you think is going to happen? Do you think Barry's going to get to take that 6-hour test? Will he do well? Will he not do well? Will Bernie get kicked out of school? I don't know. All right. Have a good Monday and try to get some of those other things that we have on your lesson plan completed. And I can't wait to see you guys again soon. All right. Bye.